Oh boy, folks. Oh boy, folks. Are you guys in for a treat today? Many of you guys know that my favorite video game store chain is Disc Replay. They have solid discounts, a good amount of underpriced goods. And up until this point, my favorite of all Disc Replays has been Mega Replay that I found in Illinois because it was absolutely massive. But today, folks, we are going not to Disc Replay, not even to Mega Replay, but to Super Mega Replay. Oh my God! I am so excited, I can barely contain myself. Let's get on in there. Oh man, I think I might have been right about this place, folks. It is massive. Dang, it's been a while since I've seen this many. Ooh, even a Fortnite edition there. This many used Switches in one place. A nice little Spider-Man skin on that one, and more Switch lights than you can shake a stick at. Always love checking out the glass cases. Whoa, Suikoden 2 for $400. That is an expensive title. Ooh, the Steelbook Pokemon Sun and Moon. I haven't seen that in that form for a while. This Bomberman 64, $300. Holy cow.
That's a lot of money.
And they even have a couple of box N64 games. Not bad. I also always like to take a peek at the Skylanders section looking for Imaginators, the ones with the diamond bases. Unfortunately, I don't see any here besides the two that come in the starter packs, which don't have any value. And then this is something I've never seen at a Mega Replay, a straight up book section. And they've got some like game guides over here, which I normally would expect, and some game guides actually do hold some decent value, but a regular book section? I'd be so curious to know how much they're actually able to make on this stuff, because it seems like most of them are pretty cheap. And I do have to say, I think probably the single section that I neglect most at places like this would have to be DVDs. I'm honestly not the most knowledgeable when it comes to these, but I just know there's a ton of money to be made in this niche, so I may actually scan through a few of these and see if I can find anything that might be underpriced relative to Amazon. No luck on DVDs today. Maybe if I was Retro Rick, I'd be striking gold. Sick. Oh, this is interesting. It looks like this location actually even has more space than it needs. Looks like they're developing maybe kind of a little board game section here. But look at this. All this empty shelving over here and even more over here. So it looks like this is probably an area of the store that they're trying to expand a little bit. Also wanted to say this is another big reason that I love this chain. Their buy 5 get the 6th free policy. Granted, of course, it is the cheapest one that you buy, but still that can really end up making a difference in your bottom line. Okay, check it out, folks. So we found our first purchase of the day here in the Xbox section, but it's actually going to be a PS3 game, this Gundam Crossfire. Only $6, but on the Amazon seller app, which is what I use to scan games, it's coming up as the lowest FBA price is $30, which is $21 after fees, so that's a really solid deal. You'll notice that the lowest offering at all that's not FBA, that's merchant fulfilled, is $16. But since this one has the original case and is in decent shape, I'm gonna go by the lowest FBA offer and hopefully make some solid money on this guy. Ooh, check this out. NCAA Football 14. A while back, this would have been a decent price on that game, but I believe it's about what it goes for now. Let's go ahead and scan it and just make sure. Yeah, so after fees, it's going for a little bit more on Amazon, about $90, but after fees, I'd be at $71, so that's really not worth it for me. One market that does intrigue me, but I pretty much never pick up, is Funko Pops. I have people commenting a lot saying that I'm leaving money on the table by not scanning these, but the thing is, on Amazon FBA, people are really picky about the condition of Funkos, so they actually get returned a whole lot more than like video games do, so I kind of steer clear of them for that reason. Also, if anybody's looking for a copy of Sports Champions, I think Super Mega Replay in Evansville has you covered. Obviously. This title right here, Fight Night Round 4, is one that I have picked up in the past when it's been a really good deal. Unfortunately, it's gone down some in price, so I'm going to be leaving this one. So unfortunately with this store, I am noticing a bit of a trend of quantity over quality. You can see there is no shortage of sports games over here, although I did just spy one that can be profitable, Head Coach 09, but unfortunately $29, $30 on that. Not going to be a buy for me. I normally try to pick that one up at like you know, $3 or $4, which a lot of places do have it priced at if they're a little bit behind. Oh, holy cow. Would you look at that? Devil Survivor 2 for $75. You can actually get this bad boy brand new on Amazon for $68, so would probably have to pass on that. And whoa, holy Wii Sports. Okay, so I see why they are in stock with so many copies. $45 when you can get this for around $20 on Amazon. Definitely not here to price shame anyone, but I do think there's a point where raising your prices to stay in stock becomes a little bit counterproductive. Oh, no way. Look at this. Look at this, people. You've got Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort. This disc is actually way more valuable for $40, and meanwhile you can get Wii Sports for $45. Let me know in the comments which one you would choose. Okay, this is actually a little unexpected. I think I'm actually going to buy this because the lowest FBA copy on Amazon is $81, meaning I would make $63, so it's all a little $20+ profit on this guy. The lowest copy is $68, but I think it will actually sell at this $80 price point because I actually sent this bad boy in not too long ago. And it sold super quick, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick up this Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort. Okay, so this is kind of an interesting case here. We've got Mortal Kombat Special Forces for $40 on the PlayStation 1. Brought it up on Amazon, and at first glance it looks like a pretty good deal. Lowest FBA is $113, which would get me $92 after fees, but unfortunately the sales rank is 86,000, which means it sells super slow. I normally try not to send in much that is above like 50,000, and on top of that the lowest listed is 78. So for those two reasons, I'm gonna pass on this one. Bye-bye. Ooh, this here is a sports game that's normally a pretty good bolo if you find it at a pawn shop or something. They've got it at $35, which is just about what it goes for, but remember to look out for NCAA Football 11 on the PS2. Okay, this is another first for disc replay. Hand tools.
You know the Benford 8200, 82 cc's.
Hey there. Almost. I was looking at a couple accessories. One was a Dreamcast VMU. I think I saw some over there. Up in the corner, back over there. Yeah, this top corner. Yeah, the little memory card.
Oh, video memory unit. Okay,
yeah.
Anything else?
Yeah, and then there was some other stuff on the other side. Yeah, on the other end I was looking at. Wondering if you guys had a couple PlayStation 4 cameras. Oh yeah, those guys down there next to the...
These?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, these are the PS4 cameras. Okay, cool.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll go ahead and...
That's the older model.
I'll go ahead and throw those on.
One.
Appreciate it.
Which one?
I'll do both of them.
Both of them?
Yeah. Just kind of laughing to myself over there. The combo Wii Sports and Resort was cheaper than the just Wii Sports.
Right. Yeah, I don't understand some more pricing.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, you guys have so much stuff.
Alrighty, today your total is $80.22, man.
All right, had a great experience in there. I'm all fired up. The employees were great. Didn't come away with the biggest haul from the biggest store, but nonetheless, got some goodies. What do you think of our game hunting haul? Pretty good, huh?
Bro, to be honest, it was kind of trash.
Good doggy.
Good girl.
Stupid humans.
All right, so quick little recap here. Picked up 2 games, the Wii Sports Resort and Wii Sports Combo, which I think we'll be able to make around 20, if not a little bit more on. Probably making around 10 on the Gundam Crossfire game here, nice and complete. Got the VMU for Sega Dreamcast because I've had one of these things sitting on my office floor for a long time and I'm just missing one of these to send it in. And then a couple of PlayStation 4 cameras, actually one of each model. I forgot to look this model up, to be honest, but the other one should be a solid like $30 to $40 profit. They're still pretty spiked on Amazon right now, so not too bad of a pickup for $35. So looking at in the neighborhood of like $100 profit on this stop, even though we only bought a total of 5 items. So I will definitely not complain about that. So on the itinerary still for today is, first of all, go get some lunch. Second of all, hit probably a couple of pawn shops here in the Evansville area and just see what kind of stuff we can find. And then round out the day with a really cool vintage store that I found in my searches in St. Louis. So I'm excited to bring you guys along for that one as well. All right, folks, so as we're about to chow down on this Wendy's here, I'd like to introduce you to a brand new segment on this channel, Random Thoughts with Caleb.
Do you have a thought in your mind? Do you wanna hear mine? Here it goes.
Ooh, that was such a professional segment intro. Big thanks to Hunting with Tripler. By the way, if you guys have not stumbled upon Tripler's channel yet, you need to do yourself a favor, go over there and subscribe right now. If you like game hunting or resale related content, he puts out a ton of it and is a super underrated channel in general, so definitely check him out. He shot me over the audio from that, so that's his silky smooth voice you're hearing. In today's episode, I want to talk about a brief fast food tier list. Because fast food is something that I think everybody has opinions about, but not everyone has the right opinions about. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you the right ones. And I'll go ahead and say that of the three main burger contenders, Wendy's, Burger King, McDonald's, Wendy's comes out on top every single time. I will say that sometimes McDonald's has better fries, but to me their fries are very inconsistent and their burgers are not as good. In addition, Wendy's has some pretty killer salads, which puts them obviously on the top of the list. Burger King has good burgers, but that's pretty much it. Everything else there is kind of terrible. But to me, and also objectively true in reality, there are a few chains that are above all three of the burger contenders, and those are Chick-fil-A, Cane's, and Chipotle. Now, the thing that these three have in common is I'm realizing I'm definitely a bit of a chicken guy, and I think that overall fast food fried chicken on the ladder of fried chicken as a whole is significantly higher than fast food burgers are on the overall burger ladder. Therefore, A tier / S tier, Chick-fil-A, Chipotle, and Cane's. Cane's I think is regional. You guys might not all know about that. If you're ever in Kentucky, definitely check it out. I think it's kind of like Kentucky and or the South's version of like In-N-Out Burger or like Whataburger or insert whatever regional chain.
I'm gonna, while you're talking, I'm gonna take a fry.
Okay.
Is that funny?
Yeah. Then the two chains that I also should talk about that are significantly below the three main burger contenders would be White Castle and Taco Bell. These to me fall in the very same category of junk food in every sense of the word. And I know I'm going to lose some people in this segment because I just lost my wife in the driver's seat next to me, telling me, whispering in my ear, that's wrong, that's wrong. You're a Taco Bell person?
White Castle's great.
She says White Castle's great. I think that both White Castle and Taco Bell bring to the forefront of my mind that what I'm eating is not really meat, and I don't like that experience. I know that it's happening at every fast food restaurant to some extent, but at Taco Bell and White Castle, it is very present to me. Many of you guys already know my thoughts of Fazoli's, which you could argue whether or not that's actually a fast food restaurant. Most of them do have a drive-through. If you do put it on the tier list, it's very high up, and very controversially, I actually put it above Olive Garden on the restaurant tier list.
Fazoli's, it's real Italian, real fast.
But that's perhaps a random thought for another day. Hopefully you guys are still watching this video because now we're gonna go to a couple pawn shops.
And that was a random thought with Phoenix.
All right, stop number 2 on the itinerary is River City Pawn. I'm interested to see whether they have here a good amount of video game inventory. Pawn shops have been really hit or miss for me recently, so let's go in and check it out. Oh my gosh, folks. This place literally just gave me a 50% discount and I didn't even have to ask for it.
Congratulations!
Okay, so what happened in there, I checked the like regular video game section, saw some pretty standard games, looked like kind of typical fare, but I did find this Guitar Hero Live for $10. Wasn't the best deal. I'll be able to make around $16 on it after fees on Amazon, so a little bit of profit there. Normally I would have asked for a discount on it, except I asked him how much the games in the case were, the Switch games were. To my surprise, he said 10 bucks a piece. I was like, oh dang. One of them unfortunately was NBA 2K20, which you guys know, not going for a lot these days, but I noticed the other one was Binding of Isaac Afterbirth, which if you guys don't know, on the Switch, this is normally like a $65 game on Amazon, at least 50 bucks after fees. They had it priced originally at 30, so I was like, oh, okay, he probably didn't know it was in there or whatever. And when I walked over there, I was like, yeah, it looks like this one actually was priced at 30. He was like, we'll get that sorted out for you. So he gave this game to me for 10 bucks. It's gonna be 50 bucks after fees. After he did that, I was like, I'm not gonna bust their balls on this $10 PS4 game. I'm just gonna pay the 20, because in reality, that's 50% off of their original asking price. Fantastic deal, gonna be making, you know, I'd say in the neighborhood of $60 profit on these two guys, and we paid 20. All right, friends, time for pawn shop number 3, called Fair's Pawn. Whoa, solid selection right off the bat, dang. Y'all don't have any like deals going on right now, do ya? Is everything individually priced, or is there like, okay. What do you have on that J-Stars, Victory?
We have to look them all up.
Oh, I gotcha. Well, I will, I'll see what you guys can do on that one at least, and
okay,
maybe go from there. 25 for it, gotcha.
Just wanted to give you a heads up.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I'll probably pass on that for now, but I appreciate it. Have a good one. So I had a bit of a bad feeling in terms of pricing when I saw multiple bins in that store stacked up behind the counter that were labeled eBay. Had a feeling they would probably be going pretty strongly off of eBay prices rather than general pricing for their inventory. That definitely turned out to be the case, and actually it was kind of worst case scenario in that not only were they going like individually based on eBay prices, which again, I don't blame a business for at all. There's just not gonna be a lot of room for me to make anything on top of that. But they also didn't have games even individually priced. They just kind of had them all up on the shelves and had a model of like, when someone wants it, we'll take it up and look it up, which granted, prices do change, so again, can't really blame them, but this is the kind of location that if it were local to me, I wouldn't be going back to, because you just kind of know that there's not going to be any opportunity for resale on those kinds of goods.
Stupid humans.
All right, our 4th and final stop is called Vintage Stock, and it's actually in a shopping mall. So that'll be a first for us. Oh, not this way though.
What an idiot!
Okay, seriously? If I was a kid at this mall, I would have flipped for these things. Can you imagine driving around in one of these? Cruising the mall in style. That'd be amazing. I wonder how much they are. 10 bucks. And my kids would not be in one of those. All right, that was not a long trip. Looks like a fairly big place too. I'm kind of excited for this. All right, so the first thing that caught my eye when I walked in here was this fancy little Blu-ray and DVD cabinet. Decided to do a little bit of scanning through the glass with the Amazon Seller App picture feature, and actually found this full house set. Looks like the used is a little bit wacky because it's higher than the new, but the lowest new condition it looks like is $93, so it'd probably sell for a little bit less than that, leaving $72 after fees, which is not terrible for 45 bucks. Unfortunately, the sales rank is a little bit high for DVDs at 92,000. I usually try to stay below 100,000, so it's not terrible, but I think I'm gonna leave that for now. So let's go ahead and make our way to the back of the store here, because I think I'm spying some pretty sweet action figures back here. Okay, so it looks like these aren't quite as the store name suggests, vintage stock. They do have a great selection though, I have to say, of Marvel Legends figures. You guys can let me know if any of you out there collect these. I haven't really been drawn to them all that much, mostly because I didn't play with them as a kid. Also, is DC Multiverse essentially the DC equivalent of Marvel Legends? It kind of looks like that. Oh, and then also Marvel Select. I've sold some of these before. They're usually more in like the $40+ range, although it looks like these ones are a little bit lower end. Are these like the sort of version 2.0, like with accessories and stuff, of the Marvel Legends series? Then over here, holy cow. They've got actual life-size replicas. They look pretty darn accurate too, of some of the Star Wars helmets. We got Jango Fett over there. Wow, $200 brand new. And then this super shiny chrome Mandalorian one. I like that too, dang.
This is the way.
Looks like definitely a few somewhat higher end comics, just in the sense that they're, you know, above 25 cents or so, and some nice figures as well. Dang, and a whole cabinet of like high-end anime Blu-ray for some reason. Looks like almost all of these are $50+. That's really surprising. Oh, there's one for $38. That's a bargain, I guess, but wow, these are so expensive. Oof, and unfortunately it looks like this may be the extent of their retro game section. Not the best for a store called Retro Stock. And I know it's definitely tough to get the vintage inventory and they probably don't have a ton of trade-ins coming through the door, but still, definitely looking more sparse than the first video game store we went to. And this is interesting. Coming into my favorite section of most stores over here, the Switch, it looks like they have a decent selection over here, but as I'm looking at it, they have all these games that are marked as new that aren't actually sealed. I gotta be honest, I'm not a big fan of that. Like, they do actually have some here that are marked as used and they're different priced, but I just can't think of a reason why you would take the plastic off of all of your new games. Do you guys know? Can you guys think of a reason for that I'm just not really thinking of? All right, so I've been walking up and down here trying to find something that leaves me a little bit of room. Their prices have mostly been either like kind of right on market value or honestly a little bit above in some cases. I did find this Ben 10 Omniverse 2 for 18 bucks, and it's kind of an interesting case because on Amazon it has a really high sales rank. Like I said before, I usually don't like to be above 50,000 and this one's 68. These kinds of things, they do sell eventually, and the lowest FBA price is 60 bucks, which would leave me a pretty solid margin. I'm gonna hold on to this one, mostly because I just don't like leaving empty-handed from these kinds of places. I do like supporting local video game stores, so we'll see. If I can't find anything else, I'll probably at least pick this up. See, this is the kind of thing that I'm talking about up here. These navigation controllers, these are normally kind of like bread and butter items for us at video game stores. They're normally priced at like $2 to $6, but these ones here are 20, which normally I wouldn't really complain about, except that it's clear because they have like 10 of them that they're just not worth 20 on the local marketplace. Oh, and here's another item we pick up pretty often. Ah, shoot, this one's just about market value. I definitely won't complain about that, but not for me today. Now again, as I look at the absolutely massive DVD section of this place, I'm reminded of how much potential I'm passing up on. But if I ever were to sit and scan through the whole DVD section of a place, it wouldn't be somewhere like this, just knowing what their pricing's been like on other stuff. Sick! And I also realized as I was walking around that this guy actually in the case also has a crack, which given that I was already kind of on the fence about it, obviously I could just switch out the case, but I think I'm just gonna pass on this guy. Goodbye, vintage stock. You will unfortunately not be on my list of places to return to. Oh, well, babe, the final store of the day was a strikeout.
Oh no.
I didn't find a single thing to buy. I know, I was really sad. Do you think we can maybe go to one more pawn shop? So hopefully we buy something at the end of the video. Appreciate that. All right, folks, our last stop of the day, Cash America Pawn. This is one place that I'm almost sure I've been to before in a previous trip through this city. I think I bought stuff here last time. Wish me luck, we gotta get in and out of here quick. Oh, dang, look at this cool thing. Ultimate Planet of the Apes collection head? What in the world? I have never seen that before. Ooh, what is this? Planet of the Apes Ultimate DVD collection. Wow. I wonder if that comes with the head for 80 bucks. Not seeing any games so far. Plenty of musical instruments, wow. Target acquired. All right, we got some solid PS4 up here. Not really seeing anything that catches my eye immediately. PS3, PS2. Yeah, looks like some pretty standard stuff, unfortunately. 2 for $10 there. We got Ring Fit Adventure. I don't see the ring anywhere. Oh wait, there's the ring. Oh, and they do actually have the other strap as well, so it seems like it is complete for $45. Not a bad deal. Some more electronics on over here. Ooh. Police radars actually can be pretty profitable items if you find them at yard sales and stuff. That's a good bolo. Got some handhelds. Oh, hold up 1 second, folks. We've got the Pokemon Edition Switch Lite here for $170. Somehow it's even cheaper than the regular gray one back there. Oh man, those normally go for in the neighborhood of like $300. I'm probably gonna have to pick that one up. I'm not super interested in what that DSi is doing. Oh dang, $100 for a 2DS. That's definitely too expensive. But yeah, folks, I think that Switch Lite's gonna have to come home with me today. And if I turn it on real quick. Did y'all test this, or is there somewhere we could plug this in?
Yeah, you can plug it in the front.
Oh, great.
Yeah, we test everything that's in there.
Thanks. Do you have any idea? I'm not able to turn it on. She said it was tested when it got in there.
It might be that dead that it's not from.
I'll take a look around and come back, see if we can get work. Yeah, it looks like it's still not turning on. I think I'll probably just end up passing on this guy. Alrighty, well, thank you for your help anyway. Oh, well, folks, tragedy has struck. Or I guess depending on how you look at it, maybe tragedy didn't strike. Because the system, I left it on the charger for probably over 5 minutes. It was not turning on. So I decided, since I'm not gonna be back in this city anytime soon, rather than risk it, I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it. It could have been like probably a $60 to $70 profit pretty quick on that. But unfortunately, that is going to have to be a deal for somebody else. There also was a Wii, oh hi Elsie. Did you like that Wii in there? Is that what you're saying? There also was a Wii system in there that was only $30, a pretty good deal. Could have pulled the trigger on that, but especially given the state of the other console in there being totally drained, and also the fact that I'm just not doing as many consoles these days, decided to leave that one behind. They were actually like right at closing time, so I didn't want to have to like plug it in and test it and cause them to go overtime anyway. So unfortunately, it looks like we are going to have to close out the day on a strikeout. All right, folks, well, here we are at our digs for the night. Honestly, pretty fancy compared to what I'm used to. Check this out, the bathroom is blue. Wow. It's like Disney World up in here, folks. Honestly, spirits are high despite a pretty mediocre day of game hunting. I mean, across like, what was it? 4 or 5 stops, about $150 profit, not a banner day. But we are heading to see my folks in Nebraska and planning on shooting some other videos while we're down there, so that'll be a lot of fun too. What do you think, Elsie? Say like and subscribe, everybody.
Stupid humans.
Just crawling across the whole thing, folks. Folks, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I will catch you guys on the flip.